everybody, Tom Berry with Investor Loan Source. I want to do a follow-up video to a series we started about types of fraud we are seeing in the private money lending space. So we talked the last time about people with fraudulent bank statements. Now, here's another fraud that we're starting to see, not quite as much as we see in fraudulent bank statements, but this one is fraudulent personal financial statements. Fraudulent personal financial statements, or PFSs. So what is a PFS? It's basically a summary of everything you own and everything you owe on one piece of paper, right? A summary of where you stand with your net worth, how many loans you have, and so forth. And what we're seeing when we dig into these is there's a lot of fraud. And guys, skipping a loan that you have because you think, oh, they don't need to know about that one, or skipping this or skipping that on your statement, or putting on there fraudulent values of property. Okay, that is mortgage fraud, and that can be prosecuted. Not just a civil crime, that is a criminal offense, a felony in fact. So make sure that when you're doing your personal financial statement, you do a couple of things to protect yourself from even the appearance that you're being fraudulent. If you're doing a personal financial statement and you put a value down, beside that value, put where did you get that value? That way it kind of shows that lender or a regulator, if that were ever pulled in an audit, hey, this is what I think the value is, and this is why I think that, or this is where I got that. If you have an appraisal, put appraisal dated this date, this is what it was worth. If it's not an appraisal, if you got a broker's price opinion, I got a broker's price opinion on this date from this broker, and this is what they said it was worth. And keep that supporting documentation. Anything that you are putting a value on your PFS, you want to also put where did you get the value. If you're valuing a business, well, I'd have to do PFSs every quarter for our banks, and every time I value my companies, I put down the valuation method. I show them, I used EBITDA times this multiple, or I used this times this to get that value. And that way, if the lender doesn't agree with my valuation method, I've at least given them an opportunity to challenge me and say, hey, Tom, I don't think that Investor Loan Source is worth that. Well, now I've told them where I think that value is and why I think it is that. So if you put in there your source for value, you're going to be protecting yourself. It's called CYA, cover your own assets, and make sure that you're not opening yourself up to mortgage fraud. And again, if you're a lender, private lenders, make sure you're watching for these types of things and make sure you challenge. Don't just take for as the gospel what somebody gives you on a PFS. Make sure you challenge it and say, where did you get these values? Hopefully that's helpful, and I'll see you on the next video.